All right, before we get into the interview with Brian from Alive and Stone, the audio is bad on this interview on my end because I didn't set up my mic correctly. And I was rushing into the interview, and actually I was late, which is not good. But the polar vortex, we mentioned it in the interview coming up, but the polar vortex was heading down here to Louisiana. And number one, we're Southern people. We're not made for weather like that. Number two, our infrastructure is not made for weather like that because we are a Southern people. So people were freaking out about the freezing rain and the cold temperatures coming down. So we were having officials on the show throughout the day, state police, city officials, and stuff like that. So I came into the interview, didn't check my mic because frankly I was embarrassed of being late. So we just got right into it. So the interview is messed up on this interview, I know, but we still want to post it anyway. So enjoy.
All right, what is up, Rage Nation? Of course, this is the behind-the-scenes look of what goes into a radio interview. We are joined by Brian from the band Alive and Stone from Orlando, Florida. What's up, man?
Doing well, man. Thanks for having us, man. It's a big opportunity. We love it. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man. I appreciate your time.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. Segment one in 3, 2, 1. Indie Rage Radio, IndieRageRadio.com. We are joined by our band of the month, Alive and Stone. If you want to know more about the band, you can check out all their links, their videos, their bio, and everything you need to know about the group. IndieRageRadio.com. Hover over music and click Band of the Month. We are joined by the lead vocalist, Brian Phillips. What's up, man?
Doing well, man. Thanks for having me, man.
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
So you guys are making waves on the internet. Saw you on Space and Travel, and I was like, holy crap. These guys are amazing. I got to get them on the show, and we'll talk about your video and your song for She's a Blade coming up later on in the show. Where can people find you on the internet specifically?
So you can go over to www.aliveandstonemusic.com and there, that's our personal website. You can find free downloads of any of our music or all the links to like the YouTube videos that we've put out so far, like for our songs. But you can find us where there's streaming music anywhere, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, any of those sources that you get natural. It's obviously not natural, but wherever you get your streaming sources will be on there for sure. So yeah, that's where you can find us, and you can always find free downloads on our website as well as merch. So
yeah, that's dope, man. Because usually, bands are putting their music behind paywall, or obviously they're getting paid pennies on the dime for streams, but you guys are offering your music for free. What went into that decision?
I mean, it's kind of free anyway. I mean, if you think about it, like, music is this business that is like you're in the relationship business, you know what I mean? And when you first start forming relationships with people with your music, it's very hard. Number one, you're getting like something like 0.003 cents per stream. So, I mean, your music's free anyway to an extent. But when you're first starting out and you're making those relationships, it's kind of hard to, ask someone for money, it's or one, without building that relationship. So it's just like, we always want to honor our relationships with our fans and build those over time. I think there's a time and a place to make those business decisions, but at first, it's all about the relationship. And one of the best ways to do that is build it around free stuff and, always have your fans in a position where they feel like they owe you, not you owing them. You know what I mean? And that's what it's all about. So it's all about getting everyone talking and getting everyone enjoying, and the best way to do it is make it free, man. So
yeah, and I'm pretty interested in the name of your band too. It sounds pretty philosophical. What went into the naming the band Alive and Stone?
I mean, so the band was like a side project from what it eventually turned into what it turned into, but it was a side project for another band that I was in, and I was looking for a name for the band, and you do what's known as a knockout search. So you're like going around trying to make sure no one else has your band name and stuff like that, so you don't get a cease and desist order and the first week of doing it. And so like I'm like watching YouTube videos on like how to pick a band name. They're like, take a couple words that you really like, and one of them was Alive and one of them was the word Stone, and it kind of really resonated with me because I was in a position where I was kind of down, but I wasn't out. I quit my last band that I was in for 4 years to start my own, and I knew that there was a light at the end of the tunnel. So it was like alive in stone. It was like you're kind of in this place where you're dead, but you're still alive. Like there's this position where it's like I was kind of down, but I wasn't out. I was very alive still, and that kind of just, it's kind of like saying awake, in the darkness, and or a light in the darkness, something like that. It was just kind of that juxtaposition that made me want to pick it. And also no one else had that name, which was nice. Yeah, that was it.
A few weeks ago, we interviewed a band from Germany, Munich, called Anti-Rope, and they had that problem too. And what was great about it, the lead singer, no, not the lead singer, the guitarist guy, he sounded just like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Had the same draw, had the same cadence and everything. It was amazing, bro. And he was like, we started out with the name Port, but then when you search Port, all you get are all the ports around the world. Yeah. And I was like, yeah,
that's insane.
Yeah, man. So I know a lot of bands out there struggling with that. When you came up with a great name, because usually when I'm going to like a festival or something like that, I'm looking at the bill, obviously it's going to be a lot of bands there that I don't know. And if a name intrigues me, I want to go see that band. I would definitely come see your band.
That's awesome. We appreciate it. And also, Mike, I wanted to tell you, like, I really appreciate you even putting us on the spotlight and making us the band of the week. It's a huge honor for us. I didn't get a chance. I kind of wanted to see how the interview order would go, but I just wanted to thank you for that, man.
Yeah, man. Hey, and you get more than a week. You get a whole month.
Oh, well, I'm a month. Sorry. I didn't want to wear out my welcome, dude.
No, man. Look, we'll talk about it in the next segment. But when I saw She's a Blade, I was like, I got to reach out to these guys. We got to help promote them because, I mean, the video is top notch. The sound is top notch. You guys got it really going on. So hope 2024 has some big things in store for you guys.
Definitely, man. Yeah, absolutely. We appreciate it. And it's the first of, I'll say this, it's the first of, so Down in a Hole just came out. She's the Blade had been out, and it would be 2 of 10 you're gonna get this year. So it's gonna be
nice.
We're gonna be cranking them out, and it's gonna be really fun. Definitely a new sound. I would say a more cohesive sound, and definitely what we've been after for a long time.
So that's the first song we're gonna play on the show, Down in a Hole. What's this song about?
This song's about somebody who likes to self-destruction. It's almost, I'm kind of making a metaphor out of being buried alive. So you're down in a hole. And it's a song about someone. It was a time in my life where I was kind of self-sabotaging myself, and I knew I was doing it and I had to check it. So that's where it came from.
There it is. It's Down in a Hole from Alive in Stone here on Indie Rage Radio. Very good. Segment 2, like I said, we're going to talk about She's a Blade.
No curse words, right?
God bless you. Yeah, most definitely.
Okay, cool.
I mean, I normally don't, say that. We'll go back and like bleep them out, but it sure makes my job a lot easier.
All right, perfect. I just wanted to ask.
Appreciate that.
I always keep it filtered until we can take the gloves off. I always assume it's professional. So
yeah, what's always rough? Yeah, because we're on some FM stations, so I definitely have to.
Keep those airwaves.
Bleep those out.
It's all good.
All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Indie Rage Radio, IndieRageRadio.com. We are back with Brian. He's the lead vocalist for our band of the month, Alive in Stone. Get to know him better. Swing over to our website, IndieRageRadio.com, hover over music, click band of the month. All their links, videos, bio, everything you need to know about Live and Stone is right there. Go buy some merch, go stream their music. And like Brian said in the last segment earlier this hour, you can go download their tunes for free at their website. Go check them out. IndieRageRadio.com, hover over music, and click band of the month. All right. So look, I'm always going to Space and Travel and Dreambound to kind of, peep out some new bands. And the screenshot that Space and Travel used for yours, it's the lady in the video, and she's got like her Freddy Krueger claws. And I'm like, oh my God, I gotta watch this one. What is going on here? And the visuals in this video, bro, it's like a movie. You guys absolutely knocked it out the park. Tell us about coming up with, I guess, the concept for the video, how it worked out, where you guys did it, and all that good stuff.
So yeah, thank you so much, man. I'm glad you dug it. So the video was shot at Matt's clinic. He's actually a sports medicine doctor, so we shot it at a doctor's.
Yes.
Not the song itself. We try to get the videos to depict the meaning as much as we can, but the song's just about it's not a gender specific song, per se. It's about someone that's an intimate partner that maybe has a rough past or a traumatic past, and think that allows them to be entitled to taking that abuse out on you. And we like to use creativity and metaphors and things like that. And for this one, it was kind of like surgery, or like a woman that is the knife is kind of damaging you, but this is happening emotionally, physically, sometimes mentally, sometimes, but it's it reaches its metaphor through surgery, the dismemberment or torture, the dismemberment of someone. So we wanted to create that in the video. We couldn't do limbs or anything. That would probably be pushing it a little bit, but we wanted to, just having a woman, sedate me and, cut me open and obviously send that message is, very fitting for what some people go through with someone that, is an abusive relationship. Like they're almost sleeping, but they're still awake. This is happening. They know what's wrong, but they're still there, and we wanted to connect with people on that. It's something that I've dealt with in the past. And, that's what it was all about. That red blood takes forever to wash out, man. I'll tell you, it just takes forever, dude. It's just tattooed on you. But
how did it taste?
It was weird, man. It's mostly glycerol based, so it tastes a little sweet. It was weird, dude. It was just, but it looked real. So
yeah, most definitely.
It was badass. But excuse me.
No, that's good. And one of my favorite parts of the video has to do with the blood, where you kind of like half sit up and you she's and it just sprays out of your mouth. Yeah. I was like, yes.
Yeah, dude. It was that part, like the first time we
I think we lost Brian. Oh, he's back. Oh. Now he sounds like a typewriter. Did the polar vortex just take over Orlando? Hey, Brian, if you can hear me. Oh.
Sorry, I had an incoming call. It was actually Matt, the guitar. So that blood spitting part was it came out. We were so happy with the way it came out, man. Great. And it was I'm so glad we went that extra mile, man.
Yeah, most definitely. And like I said, the visuals were awesome. Did you guys film that? Did you hire a production company?
So the videographer is a guy named Toddy. He works out of Fort Myers, Florida. We've been working with him now for like 2 years. He does all kinds of bands. He does like a band called Body Snatcher. He's done another band called Filth, from like I think South Carolina or something like that. Like he works with really hard bands, but he also works with everybody, you know. So he's a great videographer, and you know we're super blessed to have him. And he makes that, you know, the way he grades it and stuff like that, it makes that, you know, that cinematography just kind of just jump off the screen, man. And we love it. And usually the crazier we want to go, the more excited we love it. Great.
Right on. Let's go ahead and play it. Here she's a blade from Alive in Stone. You're on Indie Rage Radio. All right, very good. Oh. All right. In segment 3, we'll talk a little bit about Orlando.
Cool. That sounds great. Yeah. Love talking.
Did you grow up in Orlando?
I was born and raised here.
Okay.
I live in a small town, like a rural town, like outside of it called Mount Dora, but I've grown up.
Right on.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. Indie Rage Radio, IndieRageRadio.com, hour number 2. And of course, we are still here. Alive in Stone is our guest. And of course, they're our band of the month. Everything you need to know about this group out of Orlando, Florida, swing over to our website, IndieRageRadio.com, hover over music, click band of the month, go buy their merch, go stream their music. And oh, by the way, go get some free downloads at their website. We got videos, their bio, everything. Everything you need to know about Alive in Stone, it's at our website. I just messed up. It's at our website. It's at our website. Hover over music and click Band of the Month. All right, Brian, let's talk a little bit about Orlando. You said during the break that you've lived there your whole life. Has living in Orlando influenced your music in any way?
I would say not. I would say indirectly. Growing up in Orlando, the actual town itself, I don't think has directly, but the people in it, I think, have probably had a pretty big influence on it. I grew up in a community that was like, you know, I played sports in high school and stuff like that, and there was always like this I guess this push to want to be like to like overcome things and deal with, you know, pain or mental strength. So I mean, if I could say that there's anything that's influenced the music, it probably would just be growing up in positive environments, even though the stuff we talk about is not very positive. But I would say from just like a mental strength standpoint, I think that it definitely has. But from just like an artistic standpoint, I would say not really. I probably could have got that anywhere. But Orlando is just a great town. It's the only place where you can go to theme parks, you can go to the beach, and you can go to the woods and go hunt. It's the only place you can. Well, that's more a Florida thing, but like Orlando, kind of dead center. And I love this town. I'm like the only Floridian that loves Florida. It's weird. It's weird, dude. I'm telling you.
Well, we were talking a little about Orlando when we first logged on for this interview, and I tell you what, look, we recorded this when the polar vortex was just wreaking havoc on all of the USA except for Florida. Apparently, you guys. I don't know if maybe what's your governor's name?
Ron DeSantis.
Yeah, I don't know if DeSantis has some big fans out there pushing it back or what, but I looked at your weather. I was like, let me see what old Brian's got to deal with this polar vortex. And I was like 70s, upper 60s, lows in the 40s. What's going on here?
Dude, I got a cut off right now. I got a half the lonely ones cut off. I'm just grooving right now. Like Last week I was super cold. Like I'm like just a pig in the mud. I'm feeling good, man. 70 can't get any better. A little bit of rain, but we're good to go.
Yeah, Buffalo, they can't even see a foot in front of their face with this blizzard going on right now, and you're living in paradise.
Yeah, man. I mean, yeah. Thing though, like when like fall comes around and like the end of summer, like you have a chance that a storm can come in and like kill like or injure or destroy houses. Like you have like hurricane season, which is like not that big of an issue when you're like inland like us, but like for most people on the coast, it can be life altering. So there is that. It's kind of weird hearing people that like they're so scared of like hurricanes in Florida. Like they like think it like alligators and hurricanes. They think it's the weirdest thing ever. And like we're like, dude, we think you guys not like freezing to death is weird. Like you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
kind of crazy how we all look at everything, but everyone's like super scared of Florida. They think it's like the middle of America. Like they're all freaked out. I'm like, dude, I was like, this place is great, man. Hurricanes, hurricanes from hurricane. It's not gonna hit you. Like you'll be fine. It's just so.
Yeah, the taxes are great. Tiger Woods moved there, and he saved himself like millions upon millions of dollars.
Yeah, yeah. He actually lived. I think he lived in a place called Windermere, but I'm not sure. And I know his ex-wife graduated from Rollins. She went back for a degree, so I know he was in Florida for quite some time.
Yeah. Now, living and growing up in Orlando, as a kid growing up, knowing that you can sing, were you like, man, one of these days I'm gonna be a performer at Universal or Disneyland or Disney World?
So I'm gonna have to throw a twist at you. So I actually, growing up, didn't become a singer till way later in my life. Way later. I actually did not have a very good voice at all for most of my life. I played guitar. It was my first instrument. So when I was 11 years old, I started playing guitar for the first time, and I didn't like start really singing or learning how to sing until much later. Like I was like 27 when I joined my first band, like as a singer. So it was
Wow.
yeah. So no, I didn't. But there was a lot of dreams of wanting to be a singer. But they're mostly kind of like those little like fleeting pipe dreams. I always knew that I wanted to be a singer when I was a kid my whole life. Not really at Universal or one of those theme park places. Like I always knew I wanted to be a rock singer. I always knew that I wanted to see mosh pits in front of me and people crowd surfing and people singing, hear people singing your stuff back. And I always wanted to play for, a lot of people and have a big fan base, but I also wanted it to be like it was with Trent Reznor in 1994 at Woodstock when he's covered in mud and it's all in the art and it's full of sacrifice. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That was what attracted me to it, So I would say that is kind of where my head was at. Not necessarily Universal, but it's great to make some side money to do some stuff like that.
Yeah, most definitely. And we're kind of familiar with the Orlando rock scene. A few years ago, we interviewed the band The Death. And let me ask you this. When we interviewed them, it was kind of right out of the pandemic. And, a lot of music venues had folded and, kind of like, local independent rock scenes were in danger all over the country. How has the scene over in Orlando, has it flourished or what's going on?
I think that the scene in Orlando is still cranking. It's always been one of the better scenes for sure. I think a lot of the bigger bands that kind of like pushed the torch of that scene are kind of they're kind of like, I don't want to, I mean, I'm just gonna go for it. They're kind of crossing the hill in terms of being at the front of the charge, and there's kind of needs to be this new wave of people that's stepping up to lead the charge of the scene. We're hoping we can be that band that really kind of ignites things, but Honestly, I think it's a scene that has a lot of potential, but it's kind of dormant. It's just waiting for someone to take the torch. But it's better than most of the scenes in it's one of the better scenes in the nation. And I think that it's still alive and kicking for sure. And it's definitely recovered. But it's just we're just getting the swing back for sure.
So in the first hour, we played some of your newer stuff. In the second hour, we're going to play some of your older stuff. And you were talking about how your sound has kind of morphed into something that is kind of a different sound.
Right.
With your newer stuff. Let's talk about the song Drowning. What's this about?
So Drowning is kind of one of those songs that I wrote, just kind of when I was still in the early stages of getting the band together. And it was just, another song about just kind of being helpless. But it's a song that is like, it's a song that's about no one's coming to help you. Like you're going to save yourself. Like you're going to save you. Like it's just kind of losing yourself and being the only person that can really pull yourself out of it. And this is, I feel like a lot of the songs up to this point, they're good songs, but the band was still kind of in its infancy. A lot of the things that we were writing about and a lot of the things that we were doing sonically weren't very risky. They're kind of safe. That's the biggest thing that I would compare. But yeah, that's kind of where that sound was going, and still that really like alternative rock type thing going there, that Hoobastank kind of like touch.
Oh, shout out to Hoobastank. It's been forever since I heard the word Hoobastank.
Yeah. That whole kind of vibe, I would say, is the vein we were in at the time.
Yeah, right on. Here it is. It is Drowning on Indie Rage Radio. All right, very cool. Segment 4 is kind of like it's at the end of the show.
Huh?
So we're kind of like against the clock, and we're putting a bow on everything and kind of just tying in loose ends. And then it's kind of like, we got to go.
Yeah.
Thing,
So,
all right, here we go. What? Come on, Mike. All right, in 3, 2, 1. Indie Rage Radio, IndieRageRadio.com. Sadly, this is our last segment with our band of the month and featured artist for this episode, Alive in Stone. We have the lead vocalist here, Brian, with us. Brian, one more time, where can they find all your music?
So you can download any of our music that's out currently for free at www.aliveandstonemusic.com. You can also find merch there. That, unfortunately, is not free, but we always are running contests or we're reaching out to fans to give discounts and stuff like that. And also opportunities to win free shirts. But if you go to our website, you can always find free downloads of what's out. All you have to do is put your email address in so we can contact you. And if you do that, you get the next new song 48 hours in advance. So there's no downside to that. And then anywhere where you can find streaming music, our music's there. So Pandora, Spotify, Amazon Music, any of that stuff, we're on there and we're cranking. So yeah, and DM any one of us if you have any problems. So we'd love to help you.
Yeah, and of course, and earlier in the show, I told you that I found you guys out from Space and Travel on YouTube with She's a Blade, and I saw that you've used Space and Travel to promote your music quite a few times. What do you think as a new artist that somebody like Space and Travel gives you promotional wise?
Oh, it's just an opportunity to be in an audience specific kind of environment. A lot of people in there really enjoy alternative metal and different forms. So it allows us to, obviously like get in with great tastemakers like yourself, people that are doing radio, and get us exposed to an audience and maybe, some new fans that, have maybe never heard of this, this band that we are before. And it's just a great opportunity to just make a new friend every time, and I think that's the big thing is just getting closer to the community, and we rely on video promotion sites like this to really help, you know. And they're a big one. They've been doing it forever. I think they're based out of Britain. You know, they've been doing it forever, and you know, it's something that I used in my last band and something we're using in this one. So it's great.
Right on. And you guys got big plans in 2024. What's the future look like for Alive and Stone?
Looking real good, man. We're 2 songs in of 10. You guys are gonna get an album's worth of songs through this whole 12 months and beyond. You guys we just dropped a new one called Down in a Hole, which is like we said, 2 of 10. And you can expect the next one's going to be called Skin. That one's going to be coming out probably in March. And you guys are just going to get continuous music from us. It's going to get better and better. You guys are going to just have a blast. And we hope to be, you know, making some moves around the coast, maybe some pipeline tours. We don't know, but we want to get out there and see you guys and play for every single one of them, especially all the good folks down in Louisiana. We were loving. I did say Louisiana, which means the right pronunciation of how you say that state. It's not Louisiana, it's Louisiana. You better listen to what's his name, Jerry Lee Lewis when he says it.
Gotta have that draw, y'all. Yeah, man. You hit I-10, you hit New Orleans. Then you hit Baton Rouge, and you hit Lafayette, come over here to Lake Charles, and that'd take you right into Texas, Beaumont, Houston, Austin. I-10 is amazing.
Good old I-10, man. I used to take that up to Tallahassee back in my Florida State days.
Right on.
Good old I-10 through Live Oak. Got to watch the state troopers, though. Can't get a heavy foot, baby. They'll get you. There.
Yeah, down here, I guess they contract all the small towns.
Yeah.
Like when their police officers have days off, they patrol the interstates. So you got to watch them because they're pretty hungry to make that money. They out there, and they're not just chilling. They got the radar out.
Oh yeah, they got the gun, man. As soon as you see them, they already got you.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely.
Yeah, man. I remember a few times I was buzzing past there, and I saw one of them get behind me, and I just pulled over. I didn't even wait for him to flick his sirens on. I was like, "You got me, man." And then he didn't even pull me out. He just kept rolling. But
oh, nice.
I've come close out there to bite him. Good old I-10, man. You got to watch it.
Yeah, man. All right, so look, this is the final song of the show. First hour, we played your newer stuff. We're playing some of your older stuff right here. And like you said, there's a whole new sound to the band, but we thought it'd be interesting to play the beginnings of the band as well so that people can hear the difference. This next song is called My Own Vice. What's it about?
So this is kind of a time in my life where I was kind of like I was working as a server and just like, I think it was kind of the first like the beginnings of the band, and like, you know, also the time where I was exiting the other one, which was a pretty big move for me. And it was just, I was just drinking a little bit too much, you know, doing a little, you know, nothing crazy or hard, but like doing a little, you know, other stuff too much, and just realizing that, you know, as soon as you try to get away from it, you know, like your mind always tries to rationalize why you should go back to it. And it's like, fool me once, fool me twice, you know, like you just set yourself up to go back into that relapse or whatever you're dealing with, man. And it's just like, just kind of about someone, it's just the song's just kind of about all the different things that can suck us in and keep us there, you know. And we all have them. We all have a vice. We all have something that kind of pulls us in. For some folks, it's sex, or maybe it's the good old booger sugar, or maybe it's alcohol, or whatever it is, or maybe it's porn, or whatever you're into. But we all have it, and it all drains us. And if you bow to it, it's gonna destroy you. So that's what that song was kind of about for me.
He is Brian, the lead vocalist from Alive and Stone. My name is Mikey O. It is time for us to bid you adieu. Have a great week. We'll see you next week. Here it is. It's My Own Vice from Alive and Stone here on Indie Rage Radio. See you when I say ya.
Rock on, guys. Thank you.
All right, very cool, Brian. Thank you so much for your time, dog.
Yeah, this was a real radio interview. We got one from QLZ and then you guys, man. So this is a huge opportunity, man. We love it.
Right on, man.
If you'll have
it. Say that again?
I said we'd love to come back if you'll have us, but this interview was super fun.
Yeah, most definitely, bro. Most definitely. Yeah, when you start pumping out new music, we'll reach back out.
Oh, of course. And also, like, if you're cool with it, like, we'd love to send it to you early. You know what we got.
Oh, most definitely.
So.
Yeah, I'll send you the email address on Facebook.
Most definitely, man. Yeah.
And then before you leave, can you give me a excuse me? Can you give me a drop? Can you say, "Hey, this is Brian from Alive and Stone, and you're listening to Indie Rage Radio"?
Absolutely.
Whenever you're ready.
What's up, guys? This is Brian from Alive and Stone, and you are listening and rocking out to Indie Rage Radio.
That's it. First take. Professional.
That's it, man. One takes it.
That's it, man.
It's not always that good, dude. I'm telling you.
You're in the zone today.
Today's a rough day, so I gave up nicotine today, so I'm not myself, but yeah, everything's cool.
Hey, well, good luck on that journey, dog.
Yeah, man, definitely, bro. I
know my wife when she kicked the habit, it was pretty rough.
Yeah, for me, it's like the pouches. It's not. I'm not. I don't smoke or anything like that. But it's just like it just kind of makes me want to relax. Like it makes me want to it's like, and you need some of that energy on stage. So it's probably not the best thing for me. So
yeah, man.
It's like an athletic. Singing is like an athletic sport, kind of. So
right. Exactly.
You gotta be there. But yeah. But yeah, dude, I had a blast, man. I loved it.
Yeah, man. I appreciate your time. Sorry I was late. I actually got another guy coming in here at 4:00 Central in 4 minutes from the sheriff's office to talk about the roads, and everybody's freaking out over here, bro.
Yeah. So is it like, are you guys just getting like a crazy snowstorm? Is that just what it is?
I don't know if we're gonna get snow. I know we're gonna get freezing rain for sure tonight. Okay. And it's going to be, raining in the nighttime into the morning time. So they're really worried about, we got a humongous bridge over here. So, people are putting false reports on Facebook on all like the citizens of whatever town being informed. And they're like, they're closing down the I-10 bridge and this and that, and this and that. So all the law enforcement has to come on the air today and dispel all these rumors. And they're like, hey, we're not shutting down anything yet. We're keeping our eyes on it.
Yeah, man. Like this is like a non-clickbait situation.
Yeah. Yeah.
But they're gonna do that, so it's like, yeah, it's cool that it's nice they were cool enough to come up there and just kind of like just ease everybody's mind and so that's cool, man.
Well, dude, thank you so much. Enjoy the 70s and the 60s.
We will for sure, man. And also, guys, stay safe out there, man. Like,
yeah, bro.
Yeah, we'll be praying for you guys and thinking about you. And maybe I want to come up there for some etouffee, man. Some real Cajun.
Bro, if you ever come through Lake Charles, hit me up. I'll bring you to some spots.
All right, man. I bet it's on.
Yeah, dude.
So on. All right, I'll see you soon.
Brian, thanks, bro.
You got it, brother. Later.
Bye.
Peace out.